Hey everyone, Sean here, occupational therapist at Brains with my son Maddox. And to continue keeping you guys staying busy at home, today's activity is all about skee ball. So follow along, we'll show you how we set this up so you guys can have some fun. For this setup, you're going to need some kind of a target. We used baskets. It's going to be kind of relative based on the ball size that you use. We also had some paper, crayons, and tape so we can make our points. Then we had some cardboard and books and a little bit more tape, and that's what we used to build our ramp. Here I just have Maddox coloring in the stencils that I made for our points. I wanted to incorporate some handwriting and coloring in here, so throughout this I kind of addressed his pencil grasp and coloring inside the lines. So what target do you think would be the easiest to make?
This one.
How come? Is it bigger and closer than all the other targets?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one would be the hardest to make?
This one.
That one will be harder?
Yeah.
What about these two over here?
It will be easy.
They'll be easy?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
How come? What makes them easy?
To make them into a square.
Okay. But are they really far from our ramp?
Yeah,
Yeah. And are they smaller than the other ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they might be harder to make, don't you think? Okay, so we have our numbers, and these are gonna be the points that they are, okay? So if you make it in this basket, since it's an easy one, it's gonna get point number 1, okay? Go ahead.
If I make it in this one, I'll get number 2.
Okay, good. And then what about these ones?
If I get this one, I'll get 3.
Yep, and what about that one?
4.
We have 2 3s, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, good job, bud. So that last part, I just kind of took that as an opportunity to kind of challenge him cognitively, kind of get him to understand some of those spatial awareness things, bring his attention to like the difficulty of the task and things like that. And then here I just had him taping those signs onto our baskets, nice little fine motor portion of the activity. And then here is kind of our final setup and how it looks with Maddox being goofy, and then we get into playing. So some other things I did with our activity was, you can kind of see I have that whiteboard set up. I wanted to kind of keep working on Maddox's handwriting, and this is something you guys can do. And we wanted to keep score. So our scoring system was pretty simple, 1, 2, and 3. If your child's a little bit older, you can use this as a chance to challenge their math and addition skills. So you might make it 100, 200, 300, 150, 250, 350, just to kind of change that challenge. Now, outside of that, the way I have it set up is it's a vertical surface. So that's going to be a little bit harder for them to write. They have to have a lot more joint stability in that shoulder. If your child's not there, stick to that horizontal surface. But it was really nice way to bring some fine motor into this otherwise gross motor task, since we're using the whole body for the skee ball here. Now your setup will be a little bit different. It was kind of hard to get our ramp just right. We had to kind of play with it, a lot of trial and error, but ultimately we got it set up. Outside of that, so a lot of bilateral coordination in this activity, using 2 hands to kind of roll that ball. Maddox kind of had a hard time throughout the activity of rolling the ball. You'll kind of notice a couple times he just kind of throws it. And so really just working on the accuracy of his motor coordination. And that motor planning, it's kind of a difficult task for someone a little bit younger. So Maddox is 4 years old. If your child's a little bit older, they might get that portion of the activity a little easier. And then the other thing I liked about this was it's a lot of turn taking. So I kind of forced Maddox to, let's go back and forth. You do one, I do one. He struggled with it a little bit because he was so excited, but I just kind of reinforced the rules of the game. And that's always something important to do before you start an activity. Make sure they're aware of the rules, and we're following those, because that carries over into life in so many different ways, in the classroom, when you're in the community, at the grocery store, and you have a child with a little bit risky behavior, a little less awareness of what's going on around them. You want them to be able to follow the rules and the things that you say to them. Maddox had a lot of fun. We get a lot of reps in here. So kind of carry over this activity into real life. Obviously the fine motor component, and we're targeting the handwriting, is going to be beneficial for when we get back into school. And the gross motor is really going to carry over to the ADL independence, getting themselves dressed and things like that.
That was the Skee Ball. We hope you guys have fun setting this up at home. If you need any kind of ideas or different ways to set this up, a lot of different things you can do. We had lots of fun today. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video,
Smash the heart button.
make sure you follow the page so you keep getting the updates as we keep posting these videos throughout Occupational Therapy Awareness Month. And if you guys need anything, as always, please reach out to us.